This video is going to go over the Classwork tab of Google Classroom. So we did the stream. We're going to go to the Classwork tab now, and this is where you will add your assignments and questions. You can use topics to organize, and you can even order work in the way you want the students to see it when they log in. And so once we're on the classwork, let's talk about these buttons up here. The Create button is going to be where we do most of the work, so I'll cover that last. The Meet button would open Google Meets for this classroom, meaning that anybody who's part of this classroom would be able to access that Google Meets room, for lack of a better word. The Google Calendar will open up calendar specific to this class, and then the class drive folder is where all of the attachments that you upload and that students upload will end up. So let's talk about the Create. If I click on Create, I got a lot of options here. I have an assignment, I have a quiz assignment, a question, material, I can reuse post, and I can also create a topic. Let's work bottom up actually on this. A topic is like how you would categorize this. This is especially useful for teachers who are using their classrooms to teach multiple subjects. And so you might have a topic for math, and a topic for reading, and a topic for writing, just to delineate those things. Or even within math, you may have a topic that says geometry, or a topic that says algebra, or a topic that says addition. This is just for your organization and to make it a little easier for students to see. The reuse post option, that allows you to reuse a post that you've already done, whether it be an assignment, any of these top four. It'll just basically recycle it, put it back on the top, and give that assignment again if it's an assignment, or that question, or that material. The material is just for reference. That doesn't need any student response to it. So if I choose material, there's no place for them to do any work here. This is just for their reference. Think about it like that. So I want to put my syllabus here, or I want to put an article that's just interesting. I don't need them to do anything with it, but that's what you would do with the material option. The question option, this is a real quick formative way of doing things, and so this would just give a question right there, and they would just type in their answer to this question. So you'd write out the question here. You'd give the type of answer here. If you wanted it to be a multiple choice, you could, and then it'll give you the options down here. This is just a one quick question or a short answer. Then you give instructions of how you want them to answer that question. This one is worth points, and so you can choose again to assign it to multiple classes by checking the boxes here. If it's just one class, you can choose specific students by checking the boxes here. You tell it how many points you want it to be worth. You tell it when it's due by picking a due date. I can also pick a time. It defaults to 11:59 p.m. if I don't, but maybe I want this done by the end of a period or of the day. I can choose that time in there. And then that topic, that's where you would categorize it. There are no topics, so for this one, I'll just call this a formative type of a topic. Notice here, you may want students to be able to reply to each other on this question, or not. You can check or uncheck that box, and then students can edit their answer. Is this something that you want them to be able to go back and edit, or a one-time, as soon as they've answered it, they're done with that? When you've got all these settings the way you like, you can click Ask, or again, there's a Schedule option to do it for a future time, or a Save Draft, which would allow you to come back and work on this again later. I'll go ahead and schedule this one for a future time. We'll make it, since this is due July 30th, let's make this show up at July 30th. Let's make it show up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So it'll show up in the morning, and we see that it's scheduled, and then it's due by the end of the day. So that is the question. As far as the assignments, the only difference between these is when you choose a quiz assignment, that'll auto-create a Google form for you that then you can fill out as part of that assignment. And if you choose assignment, you can attach whatever you want to that. So let's look at assignment. We'd give it a title. We'd give the instructions. The instructions are very important. Make sure they're clear so the student knows what they have to do. Be sure also that you include some way for the student to submit work. Put it right there in your instructions. Either tell them upload the file when you're done, attach the document, or use the document that I'm providing with you. So that's where you would do this. And then I'll back out. I'll do a more in-depth one on assignments. I'll show you how the quiz assignment, that just is going to create a blank quiz right down here. That's going to allow me to edit it once I make this assignment. So see the next video for more details on those two types of assignments.